Open Conference. Your matchups for today will be, the first match will be between the BanKo Perlas Spikers going up against the Philippine Air Force, and coming up next right after that is the Chef's Classics Lady Red Spikers going up against yung nagbabalik na Petrogas Angels from Taiwan. Live na live po tayo via Liga HD, via iWant, via TFC.tv, via sports.abs-cbn.com, and you're also catching us via replay on SNA. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po ang inyong lingkod, Sinjan Reyes, na makakasama nyo po ngayong hapon sa panonood ng match na ito. At syempre po, kasama po natin ang 5-set commissioner of the volleyball world. Walang iba kundi si Noringo. At syempre, sabi niya kanina, he is 5-set tours, Daza for courtside. But we're ready here, they're ready here, so let's start this up with PVL 2019.
PVL fans, it is day 19 of the Open Conference, and we have Philippine Air Force going up against the BanKo Perlas Spikers. For the Air Force team, they're coming off a 3-set win against the Motolite team. And para naman sa koponan ng BanKo Perlas Spikers, they're coming off a 4-set win against the Bali Purest Water Defenders. And guys, Sinj, Noreen, exciting talaga ang ating game ngayon because it will be the battle of the middle blockers. We have Kat Bersola, one of the best blockers in the league right now, going up against Del Palomata, the best spiker in the league.
Yes, and we're talking about that perfect combination yung naghaharap dyan sa gitna. Pero Tours, grabe yung energy mo kahit na sabay tayong gumising ng 5:30 kanina umaga para sa ating caravan. Pero ito, Noreen, welcome back. I missed you for one game yesterday, but here we are again. Are we going to extend this for another 5-setter?
You know, the funny thing, Sid, really is pwede.
Oo, pwede talaga.
This game is interesting enough na pwede mag 5 sets.
But what's also interesting, Noreen, is we go back to our team standings where our teams are now placing themselves slowly and surely. Medyo nakakasemento na ng kanilang mga pwesto dyan.
Yeah, we have to mention Creamline again, comfortably at the top, 10-0. But here's where it gets very, very tight. BanKo Perlas, Motolite 6-3, Pacific Town Army 6-4, Petrogas 5-2, Air Force 4-5, Choco Mucho 3-6, Valley Pure 2-9, Chef's Classic 0-10. So, you know, we're in the second round. You want to get to the final four, and you see that tight middle part, second down, you know. So you want the wins because you want to solidify your place there.
Kailangan mag-ipon at magpuhunan ng mga panalo kung gusto ng mga koponan nating makapasok pa sa ating Final Four. But ito, Noreen, you've mentioned it. It's the second round. That means there was a first round meeting, and in the first round meeting of these two squads, Zir Vasho led the charge for the BanKo Perlas Spikers, who won the match against Air Force in 3 straight sets.
Yeah, pretty dominating game for BanKo Perlas. They won, sabi mo nga, 3 straight sets. Halos all the skill categories they led, no? En route to a 25-13, 25-18, and 25-19. But Cinch, that's a different Air Force team. That was the team that had 0-5 in the standings, and now they're 4-5. So we're expecting a long game today.
Yeah, we're going to be expecting a lot of excitement for today. But speaking of excitement, Tours, I heard yung mga kapamilya natin online excited na sumama din sa atin dito sa PVL.
That's right, guys. Be sure to tweet us at ABS-CBN Sports at gamitin nyo yung hashtag PVL 2019. And also check us out on Instagram at ABS-CBN Sports for exclusive photos. And lastly, check out the #1 sports website in the Philippines, sports.abs-cbn.com, for news, interviews, features, and schedules about all things about the Premier Volleyball League. And lastly, be sure to like us on Facebook at Premier Volleyball League. Malapit na yan sa 1 million likes. Nasa 989,090 likes na tayo.
Kanina narinig ko magaling ka daw sa math. So, ilan na lamang ba ang kulang natin?
1,910.
Oh, yun daw ang kulang sabi ni Tours. Kaya like away na po tayo dyan mga kapamilya. Pero ito, pagbabalik namin ni Noreen, hihimayin na namin ang matchup na ito dito lamang sa Premier Volleyball League Open Conference. Nagbabalik po kami dito sa Premier Volleyball League Open Conference, and you are now witnessing the protocol between our BanKo Perlas Spikers and the Air Force Lady Jet Spikers. We are about to ignite and spark up the match here inside the Philoy Flying V Center. Sinjan Reyes po kasama si Noreen Go, and Noreen, it's going to be a very exciting match for today, but let's just do a history lesson and let's go back to how our BanKo Perlas Spikers performed in their last match against the Balipure Purus Water Defenders.
Yeah, they actually started out strong, winning the first two sets easily, no? 25-16, 25-12, but something happened in the third set. Maybe they relaxed a bit, but they lost that, no? 16-25, but they were able to bounce back in the fourth set and win it in four. They won in terms of spikes, but there's one category we have to mention. They lost in blocking. So, Tour said earlier nga, best blockers, two of the best blockers we can, Del Palamata and Cathy Bersola. So, we know they're gonna work on that today.
And that's what we're going to expect from our BanKo Perlas Spikers. But speaking of the BanKo Perlas Spikers, may makakasama tayo dito sa ating panel na bahagi ng BanKo Perlas. At yan ay walang iba kundi si Ana Gopico. Ana, welcome to the panel.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Ana, ako ang aking tanong. Balikan natin yung last game nyo, third set. Problema kayo ng konti. Ano nga bang nangyari doon at anong mga pagkukulang na kinailangan yung punan para masungkit yung panalo?
Tingin ko, isa din sa factor yung Balipure. Gumanda yung game nila, naka-adapt sila sa mga spikes namin. So, naka-counter-attack sila. Tapos, siguro medyo naiwan kami kasi, syempre, as much as mabilis sila nag-adapt, meron din kaming kailangan i-adjust pero hindi pa namin ma-figure out kung ano yun. And I guess, yes, the blockings, as you mentioned kanina, medyo nagkulang din kami kasi parang si Cathy na lang yung naiwan na nagbablock. As much as she's one of the best blockers and she's very reliable, hindi naman niya kaya mag-isa i-block lahat. So, medyo nagkulang kami sa pagtulong doon. But I think that's what we were trying to work on during trainings also. And hopefully ngayon, since we know that Air Force, si Palamata talaga yung best, yung go-to nila na spiker, we have to adjust to that and as much as possible, mag-double block kami during the games.
Yeah, and Anna, I just wanted to show you. We showed the fans earlier already the standings. So it's so tight, oh. You're there, BanKo Perlas 60. In terms of mental toughness, what do you think you guys have to work on, no, to trying to create that space between the other teams?
Siguro more of yung pagja-gel namin inside. Kasi hanggang ngayon, parang may times na nakikita niyo yung game namin, parang walang butas, yung naka 3 setters kami, di ba? Tapos may times na inconsistent, na yun nga, parang bigla na lang may pagkukulang or kaya nag-off yung game ng isa. Kailangan namin i-work yun, yung pag-gel namin sa loob, to know na kung ano yung mga pagkukulang ng isa't isa and to fill it up as much as possible.
And we're going to expect those adjustments from you when you come into this match today. Pero Ana, maraming salamat sa pagsama sa amin dito ngayong hapon at alam kong hinahanap ka na ni Coach Apichat sa courtside. Ay, napatalikod talaga. May konting
medyo kinabahan ako.
May konting pressure. But speaking of Ana Gopico and the rest of the BanKo Perlas Spikers, Ana is one of the super subs that they have in their last match. But here, syempre, ang isang super scorer for the BanKo Perlas Spikers is none other than Nicole Chamzon, their newly minted captain for this year.
And we always mention throughout the conference that this is her breakout conference, being so consistent. And what's nice about Nicole, it's not just offense. She worked on her serves, she worked on her reception, so she's turning out to be an all-around player, and they expect to go to her again in today's game.
You know what? I don't want to jinx it, pero hindi nga lang breakout conference, but it has been a breakout year so far.
Exactly.
For
Also.
Nicole Chamzon, she has been carrying the load for the BanKo Perlas Spikers. So it's quite interesting to see the development of these players. Pero ito, Noreen, enough of the BanKo Perlas Spikers, because when we return, let's talk about our Philippine Air Force only here at the PVL. And we're back here at the Premier Volleyball League Open Conference Engineers. Kasama pa rin po si Noreen Go. And Noreen, we promised our fans that we're gonna talk about the Air Force Lady Jet Spikers. So balikan lamang natin yung huling matchup nila. We got to cover this game. We expected it was going to extend to 5 sets because we had 2 hot teams playing. Pero lo and behold, Air Force just giving us another surprise yet again.
Yeah, exactly as you said it. No, we all thought it was going 5 sets. Nag-prepare na nga tayo ng mga lakad after 5 sets, after 2 hours and a half. But it went 3 sets, and the Lady Jet Spikers really won it in spikes and in blocks. But today's game, they have to realize that they gave up too many aces. So first ball is going to be key in today's game if they want to at least win this against BanKo Perlas.
At yun nga naman, napaka-interesting ng pinakita ng ating Lady Jet Spikers in their last match. Pero ito, interestingly so, ang laging spark off the bench ng Lady Jet Spikers ay kasama natin dito ang nagdadagdag ng gasolina dun sa mga jets ng yung para makalipad siya. Walang iba kundi si Abigail Noval. Abby, welcome sa panel.
Hi po.
Yun, Abby, nabanggit ko na nga yung role mo dito sa Lady Jet Spikers. Kapansin-pansin yung pagiging super sub mo. Minsan, service specialist. Minsan naman, talagang pamalit para pumalo sa harap. Saan mo kinukuha ang iyong inspiration sa bawat laban na pinapasok nyo dito sa PVL?
Siguro po yung inspirasyon na kinukuha ko sa mga teammates ko po na yung bawat tiwala na pinapakita nila na kaya kong pumatay ng bola. Doon ko mas lalong tinatapakan yung loob ko.
Gaano katagal ka na sa Air Force?
Ngayon pa lang po, siguro po 5 months.
5
6
months. Kamusta naman yung experience na alam mong medyo veteran team sila, matagal sila nagsama. Kamusta naman yung as a baguhan pagpasok sa Air Force?
Kung baguhan po ako sa kanila, mas tinuturuan pa po nila ako yung kakulangan ko bilang player po. And then, ginaguide nila ako bawat mali ko. Ganun po. Kaya, lalong umaangat din po yung bawat isa sa amin. Apo.
Pero ito, Abby, alam ko naman yung tapang at tikas mo. Talagang lagi mong pinapakita in every match. Mabilis na tanong, nakikita mo yung makakalaban mo in this upcoming match.
Opo.
Ano nga ba ang magiging strategy ng Lady Jet Spikers to win this match?
Siguro po yung strategies namin is, unang-una, communication po. And then sunod, magsiservice po kami ng mas mabigat para dun pa lang po is patay na namin yung bola and more blockings, defense, ayun po.
At yun nga naman yung aabangan namin sa inyo mamaya. Pero ito, Abby, maraming salamat sa pagsama sa amin ngayon dito ngayong hapon dahil alam kong kailangan mo pang tulungan ng iyong kupunan sa kanilang warm-up. But there you have it, Abigail Noval, one of the power boosters of the Air Force Lady Jet Spikers. But we're going to talk about another set of players who's the power duo now of the Air Force squad. Soaring information is none other than Palomata and Pantino, the two-piece of the Lady Jet Spikers.
Yeah, they're playing very well for their squad, no? Also key to the 4-game winning streak. Pantino and Palomata, 9 points apiece. It's crazy that they won that match against Motolite in straight sets with no player scoring in double figures. But 2 of them in 9 points and at least 4 and 7 points. So we gotta hand it also to Wendy and Semana for great ball distribution.
Yun nga naman. At syempre, it was a total team effort, and Wendy always mentioned that it was really about communication inside the court and everything that can and everyone that can contribute into the game. Pero ito, speaking about contributing, you could contribute also to our game for this afternoon by tweeting us at ABS-CBN Sports at gamitin ang hashtag na PVL2019. Tayo po ay nasa Instagram din. That's at ABS-CBN Sports on IG. And we are also on Facebook. Almost 1 million likes nga. Tulad ng sabi ni Tours Daza kanina, we are at Premier Volleyball League on Facebook. For everything about sports, about volleyball, about PVL, don't forget to check the #1 sports website of the Philippines at sports.abs-cbn.com. And of course, our DJ on the court side is none other than DJ Louie, who will be bringing in the beats, the jams, and everyone will be dancing this afternoon and enjoying this match because of him. Pero Noreen, when we return, it's time to spark and begin this match between the BanKo Perlas Spikers and the Air Force Lady Jet Spikers here at the round 2 of the Premier Volleyball League Open Conference.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Mark Anthony Santos. Second referee, Mr. Nestor Matematico. Let's call on our starting lineup from our Air Force Jacasa Lady Jet Spikers. Let's begin with their team captain, number 7, Sergeant Wendy Ann Semana. At number 6, Airwoman First Class, May Ann Pantino. Wearing jersey number 11, Airwoman First Class, Judy Ann Caballero. Number 12, Airwoman Second Class, Joy Gazelle Cases. Number 13, Airwoman Second Class, Del Palomata. And number 16, Airwoman First Class, Angel May Antipuesto. Liberos are number 1, May Denise Crisostomo, and number 5, Airwoman Second Class, Mary Ann Balmaceda. Head Coach, Master Sergeant Jasper Jimenez. Presenting our BanKo Perlas Spikers. Team Captain, number 19, Nicole Ann Tiangzon. At number 3, Suzanne Roses. Wearing jersey number 6, Angeline Marie Herbacio. Number 8, Jorella Marie De Jesus. At number 11, Catherine Adriel Bersola. And number 12, Jamanea Ferrer. Liberos are number 7, Maria Giselle Jessica Tan. And number 10, Princess Nina Bala. Head coach, Mr. Apichat Bangsawan. This is the 43rd match, preliminary round.
There you have it. The first 6 from our 2 squads today. Air Force fielding in Caballejo, Palomata, Pantino, Cases, Antipuesto, and Semana. On the other side of the court, for the BanKo Perlas Spikers, they have Bersola. They also have Herbacio, De Jesus, Roses, Of course, Chubzon, their team captain. And they also have Tan as their first libero. So quite an interesting matchup. But starting for the side of the BanKo Perlas Spikers rather is Nina Balang.
Yeah, well, familiar names from both teams, you
Yep.
know. We said that the importance of this match. So it's so tight in the center. You want to get this victory as much as possible.
Right now, we're seeing si Del. Di ba question yun kanina kung sino yung maging match-up ni Del? And so far, it's still Sue Roses
Yes. Yeah, sa rotation, no?
sa rotation. Katapat niya as the first point goes to the Air Force Lady Jet Spikers. Serve comes from Wendy Ann. They go up to the open side. Hervasio.
Arbaso ties the set. 1-all.
Unsurprising.
Yeah, I mean, she probably woke up with the right side of the bed, CC. And we always mention, di ba? Z, if she plays well, infectious siya. So she has to play well today.
And you know that Z was the one who led the charge in their last meeting with the old Air Force per se.
Yeah.
But right now, someone who's been leading the charge for Air Force starts to score in Del Palomata. It's 2-1. Early start, good rallies that we've been seeing. Great exchanges of points.
Yeah, that's what we want to see. No? Ayaw natin mga diesel start. But here we can see with this rotation, yung sinasabi nga ng matchup ni Tours, Cathy Bersola versus Del Palomata.
And now that Cathy is up front, napapansin or mapapansin na natin yan.
Down the
Na mas
line.
malala, pero ito tumabla na tayo sa 2 puntos. As Ella de Jesus, the elevator, marches to the service line. For the two-time UAP champion as well. From the Lady Eagles.
Yeah, good serve.
Semana goes to Palomata, picked up there by Jem. Tan sets up Tiamzon, denied by Del Palomata.
Yeah, that's a risk, no, that you take when you hit to the taller blocker. Look at this. When you hit to the taller blocker in Del Palomata, that's a huge risk. We always hear coaches say high risk, high rewards. Or sometimes, most of the time, you have to play it smart. Challenge the smaller block.
You know, Del is actually from USLS, Bacolod.
A well-placed shot from Anzon.
She started training volleyball 6 years ago, but has been competitively playing just for the past 4 years. So imagine the improvement of Del Palomata.
I mean, remember when we were covering that game against Motolite, there are people who were tweeting na, oh, pwede pang national team. That's how good she has become.
Well, there's really a lot of potential, especially if you're that tall. You're standing around 6'2", 6'3", as Casas gets a point on that last sequence. Abante na ngayon ang Philippine Air Force. Judy Caballero will serve, picked up by Ella. They go up to Nicole Chamzon. Chamzon down the line and finding that sweet spot in zone 1.
We're tied at
Their
4.
second kill in that particular area of the court.
So far, no combination plays yet. Just very simple and very direct attacks. As Cathy serves, Semana will answer back with antipuesto. Fair for the coverage is a setup ni Z. Papunta kay Chamzon. Chami, picked up by Crisostomo. On the other side, they choose Cases, picked up by Z.
Oh, good save.
Nice save from Roses. Cases again, picked up by Ella. We're seeing long rallies early part of the first set. Cases on the third try finally finds an opening for the Air Force Lady Jet Spikers 5-4. And let's go to the report of Tours Daza.
Head coach Jasper Jimenez of Philippine Air Force told me that the reason for the girls' success has been their communication within the court. Not only that, he said that the team received tips from a Japanese coach after their game with Chef's Classics teams in regards to their handling, defense, and also floor defense. Not only that, dinagdag din ni coach na he's very proud of the performance of Del Palomata last game, who had 9 points, and he said it's definitely a confidence booster to have her on the team. At actually, hindi niya alam na #1 siya sa spikes with a success rate of 40.93%. So let's see how the Lady Jet Spikers perform against the BanKo Perlas Spikers as they try to go for their 5th straight win dito ngayon. Back to you, Sinjin and Noreen.
Maraming salamat, Tours. But as you were saying, Tours, if you talked about the efficiency of Del Palomata, medyo efficient din naman ang blocking ng Lady Jet Spikers in the quite recent time here in the PBL. Kaya kapansin-pansin ang kinaganda ng kanilang performance.
Yeah. And in today's game, they already have 2 stop blocks.
And that contributes to their 3-point advantage here as the serve continues to come from Joy Gazelle Cases.
Oh, good serve.
Z goes up to Chamzon. Chamzon overcooking that one. Lalabas. At hindi makakalusot. Nakabata ng 4 na puntos ang Philippine Air Force. Magbabalik po dito sa PBL. Back here inside the Philoil Flying V Center with fans of the BanKo Perlas Spikers. Pero ito, nag-iinit naman ang kabilang komponent talking about the Philippine Air Force Lady Jet Spikers. Pero ito, yung army of BanKo Perlas always ready and prepared here in the arena. Pero ito, mga naka-red naman dahil nagbabalik mula sa Taiwan yung kanilang paboritong komponent na Petrogas Angels. I'm just making a guess, ha?
Yeah. It's either them or Motolite.
Yeah, pero wala kasing Motolite today.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's the Petrogas Angels that they're waiting for. As we continue to our match, talking about the Lady Jet Spikers, 4 points ahead after that first technical timeout. Jem pupuntahan si Chamzon, picked up by Cases. On the other side, sasagot Pantino. Pinuto naman ni Ella. Tatapunin ni Jem sa kabilang panig. Sa kabilang panig naman sasagot Pantino ulit. Jem trying to win that joust, but great anticipation from Pantino. Chamzon off the shoulders of Crisostomo. They go to the running Sue Roses.
It's just a smart set by Jem Ferrer, knowing that, the rally's getting longer and longer. That was a quick low set. Look at that. Quick low set to Sue Roses. They get the point. That's a good rally.
Yeah, and our points are something that you have to fight for if you want to win them here in this match so far. But there you go. We get a quick point with a service ace for Nicole Chamzon. They close it by to the Philippine Air Force by just 2 points.
Yeah, we mentioned that Nicole Chamzon has improved in that aspect in her serves.
Chamzon there for the serve. Semana with that drop. Nabasa naman ni Z Hervasio. Inangat para kay Ella De Jesus. That violation will be called against Air Force. This is a 3-0 run for BanKo.
Yeah, so the technical timeout did better for BanKo Perlas.
Player grouping na nangyari.
Yeah.
Chamzon on the serve. Picked up there by Cases. They go up to Pantino on the open side. Chamzon for coverage. Jem goes back row to Z. Picked up at Pinuto ni Cases, but unable to handle that properly. Up na tayo sa 8 puntos. Ngayon sa ating first set. Let's look at that emphatic hit from Z. That's just a lot of muscle being applied to that ball, but to this timeout.
Hey, walang ibang play, kundi sa'yo. Tingnan mo yung blacket mo. Si Jen lang, ha? Doon mo dalhin, okay? Kung maganda, kung napaganda, pasok ka para makakuha mo. Single block doon kay Jen, ha? Sa'yo, ha? Hey, ganun mo lang. Anlit ang blacket mo, okay? Go. Sa'yo yan, pan.
Reminders coming from Coach Jasper Jimenez na huwag madaliin yung mga ginagawa nila sa loob ng court. Just stay into their system because they can't play the game that BanKo Perlas is playing right now, or Noreen.
Yeah, and also pinpointing their advantage, that they have a Jem Ferrer smaller blocker. So he was asking Pantino to, you just challenge Jem Ferrer.
Go down the line.
Yeah.
But we've seen a very tall Jem Ferrer recently talking about her vertical jump. Just like that, Pantino maximizing their advantage on the left side.
Yeah, playing it smart there. Take advantage of just one blocker.
Naman. Simple ginawa ng paraan, pero titingnan natin dahil we've reached a deadlock And isa pa lamang inaabante ng Air Force ngayon as Jesus gets it through. Sa kabilang panig, sasagot Caballejo. Checking that ball. On the other side, Jem goes to Ella on the second try. Overcooking that one. No go for the check ball.
10.
Back to a 2-point advantage for the Philippine Air Force.
Yeah, I think that set was a bit too high for her. Even we know that she's the elevator. Parang there's a particular set that she wants. Pag
Yung perfect height?
Yeah, if she has to use her hang time, medyo na-off timing.
Kailangan yung parang low fast sets pa din.
Yeah.
As Air Force gives up a freebie, dumidikit ulit ang BanKo Perlas. 9 serving 10.
Yeah, but earlier on, Sidge, in this first set, you like the pace of the game. Now we gotta give it to yung mga digs reception of both teams.
Probably that was the first fault that we saw here as Z Hervasio gets blocked by Palomata. De Jesus gets blocked by Palomata again. Jesus will try on the second try. Let's see. Free ball na ibibigay dito ng Air Force. Chamzon nakabantay sa corner. Iaangat dito papunta kay De Jesus. Ella gets it through this time.
Good dig.
They go up to Pantino, picked up by Tan. Jem will go to the running Sue Roses, tipping it and finding a space right behind the blockers.
Classic Sue Roses using her veteran smarts there, just finding that hole. No, nakita niya, long rallies, good blocking, good coverage. I'll just drop it here.
Veteran smarts versus veteranness.
Yes, veteranness. Whoa!
A little too short nga.
Air Force Jacasa.
Parang konting ihip na lang matawid na yung serve ni Jem.
A little too short. Short talaga.
Short talaga. Pero while it was in flight, you weren't sure if it's gonna drop early or later. As Jem sets up Z. Familiar connection, but Z does a beach volley move there. Rolling it easily to the other side. 11 all. Very tight first set.
Tight first set.
So,
What time is it? What time is it? It's 2:30.
2:30, maybe
5. Game 2 will start at 5.
Yep. And because you're here, and me, okay? And sabi ni Tours, nakakadalawang 5-setters na daw siya, kaya daw siya si 5-setter. So, tingnan natin. As Pantino,
Down the line.
parang inali mo.
Yeah, that's a great set by Semana. Totally fooling the blockers. Look at this. Nobody there for Pantino.
Wow. Perfect set, perfect hit. Spiking drill. As Jem on the other side will answer back with Z. More muscle. On the other side, iangat papunta kay Cases off the block.
Off the block.
Ginamit yung mga
13.
blockers. Balik sa dalawa abante ng Philippine Air Force. Let's look at that again.
And you see, no, they're being really aggressive to the point that 2 people are going for the ball. And I always say, if you're a coach, you'd rather 2 people than none at all.
Sometimes even 4, di ba?
Oh.
Ella tries to get that through. Great save from Nina Balak. Walang panig Hervasio. Pinaluan. Sasagot para sa Air Force. Caballejo picked up by Chamzon. Hervasio again on the second try. Good ball daw, sabi ng first ref. Hervasio tipping it. Caballejo will try to answer, but
on the hit
Air Force just using their blockers tooling in the right hands at the right moment.
And you have to realize, if you're BanKo, you have to realize that, that's what Judy Caballero does very well. Hits it off the blockers.
And so far, that has been the strategy of this Air Force squad.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot of off-the-block plays. Patong play. Gagana para kay Ella De Jesus.
14.
Balik sa dalawa yung hinahabol dito ng BanKo. Let's look at that again. Single-handed set. Yeah, towards Del Palomata.
Oo, talagang nilayo niya from Del Palomata.
Ella now will serve for BanKo. Semana will put it up for Cases off the block. And that's it.
Right on the line.
And a bit of collision there in the mid-line. But all is well.
Seems like no problem for both Cases and Hervasio. Nice hit there.
Yeah.
Saktong haba lang. Serve coming from Del. Picked up by Ella. Inangat para kay Bersola.
With a quick attack.
That has been a name we haven't been mentioning for quite some time.
And you can see it. Bersola does have the advantage. At least against an anti-puesto in terms of height. And they have to use that more often as they find themselves down by 2.
As we saw Bright Acueti their screens earlier. This communication between Ella De Jesus and Giselle Tan gives a 3-point advantage para dito sa ating Air Force Lady Jet Spikers. Magbabalik po kami dito sa PBL Open Conference. Back here inside the Phil Oil Flying V Center, yun nga, nabanggit ko kanina yung kanyang pangalan, Bright Acueti of the UP Fighting Maroons, present here in the arena, who I see a white clapper there. So if I'm not mistaken, that's a BanKo clapper. So supporting yung mga kapwa iska niya at isko, kapwa isko-iska dito sa ating BanKo Perlas Spikers. Of course, Cathy Bersola and Nicole Chamzon for the Perlas Spikers.
And Rem Kailing as well.
O nga pala, si Rem din. Still studying also in UP.
Yeah.
Double violation na itatawag against Jem. Si Jem may kirit pa. Hindi mo ba nahawakan? Basang-basa mo. Hindi mo ba nahawakan? Tatanong yung uwi kalaban.
Jem, come on, you know better.
At hindi aamin. Ito, freebie nakuha na BanKo Perlas. Cruising at 3 points. The 3-point advantage are the Jet Spikers.
But you will notice also, Sinch, for the Air Force Lady Jet Spikers, yung serves nila are stronger, mas kargado.
Pero mas mababa so far. Kasi dumidiretso sa net. Parang they're targeting short.
Yeah.
That's what I'm noticing. They're trying to target short.
Yeah, and they're really going for it.
Yeah.
Parang, I think
with a lot of force.
Yes. Obviously, they're training right now. Go for these serves.
As Bersola continues to serve. Regalo para kay Chamzon.
UP, you're talking about the UP connection. Good serve, and Nicole puts it away.
Now, it's these tight moments that Coach Jasper calls timeout. Let's listen in.
Kailangan ma-connect natin to. Maaga yung yung timeout clock. Pinuto lang natin, ha? So, i-reserve lang natin. Kailangan ma-one-stop na agad natin siya. Okay, maaga tong timeout natin. Kailangan ma-connect natin to. Ma-convert natin to. Isang good receive lang. Okay, kargado. Pero tignan nyo, pagka lumagpas sa dibdib nyo, outside yun, ha? Sabi ko kaya kanina, hakbaka mo mag-short ha? Okay? Sige, tignan nyo kagad. Pag lagpas pa lang ng net, alam mo kung short o di ba? Long. So, adjust. Bilisan nyo yung footwork nyo. Okay? Go! Kumpiyansa lang.
Air Force Coach Jasper Jimenez calling a timeout there. Pero ito, Francis Saura, part of our national team training pool in the men's division. Also a former NU Bulldog. Came from their championship in season 81 of the UAP, of course. Supporting Roma Joy Darman. Bilang naka-honey shot na yun.
Kasi since you're gonna show him one, people will wonder, who is he support? Ayan.
Siyempre, NU connection.
Correct.
Kung kanina UP connection, NU connection naman.
Yeah.
Back to our ball game. Ooh, great save there from Chamzon. Semana puts it up for Antipuesto. Saktong-sakto. Great play there.
You like the reaction, no? Parang everyone is just, everyone's here to play talaga.
On their toes,
Yeah.
Pero makikita mo din, Chamzon, inaabangan yung drop ni Wendy Ann. So they're really acknowledging that Wendy Ann can be very lethal here as Kailing sets up Chamzon. Picked up there. They go up to the other side. Pantino, easy over. And then they go to the running Suroses. Great save from Air Force. Balang was there for the pickup. Kailing goes to Chamzon, easy over. On the other side, they go to Pan, too low.
too near the net. It was actually too near the net, so Pantino just buries that into the net. But again, such a really good rally, a long rally at that.
Balikan lang din natin yung timeout kanina no, ni Coach Jasper Jimenez. Yung sinabi niya, napakaaga pa ng mga timeout niya and he's just trying to break the momentum. Because so far, it's swinging a little bit to the side of BanKo.
And that was his last time out. That's why he's reminding the girls.
Ubus na eh. So far, Apichat Kong Sawat hasn't clicked any button yet. Kailing will set it up. Going back row, Chamzon. Tip to the other side. Antipuesto for the first ball. They go to Pantino. Thanos there for the pickup. Inangat, papunta kay Roma Doromal.
Oh, what a dig.
On the other side, they go to Judy. Sailing out. Tied at 18.
Boy, defense today for both teams really working.
On point.
Yeah, on point. We gotta mention Tan. I mean, even Tiamzon, everyone's working well.
You know what's funny, I realized? We've mentioned Reb kanina, pinasok ni Apichat. Hinani-shot natin si Roma, pinasok ni Apichat.
Sino? Who's next?
Parang narinig tayo ni Apichat. Magbanggit kaya tayo ng names. But here, on the other side, double substitution para kay Coach Jasper Jimenez. Ina Papa comes in for Air Force. And Cabalsa. Sasa Cabalsa. Pantino adjusting. Ooh, that's off the hands of Hervasio. Lucky break for Antipuesto.
Lady Jet Spikers. The lead.
Kind of surprised there with that reception by
12. Ferrer.
She was at the wrong position.
Yeah.
Look at it. Malingabang pinasok na si Jem. Serve from Angel Antipuesto.
Serve.
They're easily absorbed by Balang Doromal with a strong hit on the other side. Pantino off the hands of Roses.
Air Force not giving up. You can feel nga, di ba? Momentum would go to BanKo. BanKo would tie the game, but Air Force really a different team.
Pendulum swing, but swinging more towards the side of Air Force.
Yeah.
2 points ahead ang Philippine Air Force Lady Jet Spikers. Angel Antipuesto, Davao native serves. Hinabol ni Roma. Free ball bibigay ni Z. Antipuesto was there. They go to a quick to Palumata off the hands of Hervasio again.
21-18.
Air Force with a 3-point advantage.
And look at them celebrate. No? Different team talaga.
Spikers.
At ito, narinig yata tayo ni Coach Apichat. He calls his timeout. Let's listen in.
Ball has low. Left hand. To high ball. It for running. Kick running. For running. Hey, receive for running. Understand? Side out. Confident for receive. ใจเย็นๆ Box slow. Yes.
Go.
Can play.
Confidence sa receive daw ang hinihingi ni Apichat Kong Sawat dito. Masyado daw mabagal ang kanilang blockings. Hindi ko alam bakit ko naiintindihan.
Naintindihan mo?
Naintindihan ko. Tapos nag-a-agree naman si Jem sa mga instructions sa kanyang coach kasi sinasabi niya yung Thai word ng chai, which means yes. Yes lang ng yes si Jem kanina.
Sama nga natin sa Thai restaurant.
Ako, may favorite pa naman yung mga Thai coaches recently na Thai restaurant.
Oo, sinama ka doon.
Oo. That is a crossing violation called against Sasa Cabalsa.
19-21.
Yeah, and like Noval, who we interviewed in our pregame, Cabalsa is also a player that comes off the bench and gives precious points for the team.
When needed. But so far, 2 points hinahabol dito ng BanKo. Free ball, binigay ni Sasa. Sa kabilang panig, they will choose the running Sue Roses. Picked up by Crisostomo. They go up to Panpan. Denied by Sue. They choose Palumata. Sue was there to block. Papa will be called for a double contact violation.
Papa.
Yeah, we have to give it to Sue Roses. No? Staying with the play, making keys, stops there.
11, Caballero in. 9 out. 7, Semana in.
Ito, binalik na si Judy at si Wendy. Jem will now serve full front line for BanKo. But whoa!
3 points for Air Force Jakarta.
That is a 3-point for the Lady Jet Spikers.
And that's a crucial error because towards the latter part of the first set.
But this is just 2 points.
Yeah.
And we saw that they could catch up. They just can't go over
Gem goes to Sue. Tip. Saved by Palomata on the other side. Pantino. Picked up by Z. Pupunta si Gem kay Hervasio off the block. Now it's Z who's tooling.
Yeah.
22.
And you know what you like is that's off a dig. You can see, look at the saw, but you don't see the dig. But that's actually Z who dug that.
Yep. As Sue Roses serves with a 1-point disadvantage. Semana goes one-handed to Palomata. Hahabulin ni Chamzong. Oh no. Oh no, player down for BanKo. Kathy Bersola.
Holding on to her ankle.
Yep. Let's see. Let's look at that again. Semana on that one-hand set. Hinabol ni Kathy. Oh! It's the right foot of Kathy. Step on herself.
On Del?
No, she natapilok siya.
Yeah.
Natapakan mo na yung paa ni Del, tapos natapilok siya.
Yeah.
So she's being ushered out for the Perlas Spikers.
You feel for her. You know, she's a person who has had ACL. So, you know,
Yeah.
an ankle injury is nothing compared to ACL.
Yeah.
But remember in the past games when we talked to her, this is her release from med school. So imagine mo if she has to rest.
The frustration that she will be
Oh, yeah.
having, it's gonna build up. Ano Gupico comes in for Kathy Bersola. As we look at that again. One.
I hate looking at these toes.
Oh, there.
I hate
So
looking
okay, that clears things up. Ooh.
at
The reaction says it all. It's the tip of her foot going up the tip of Del's shoe as well.
You hope it's not that bad.
Yeah. That was a wild twist. As they go to Hervasio. Hervasio bumawi. Para sa BanKo Perlas, tabla na tayo sa 22 points.
Yeah, that was a smart hit by Z. Realizing one blocker, look at what she does. Finding that seam there.
Hindi mo pwedeng iwan din. Isa lang yung blocker.
Oh. Kita mo yung follow-through na, alam na exactly
Tutuldokan niya. Process on the serve. They go to the opposite side. Pantino, habulin ni Roma. Great save from Gupico. Free ball, bibigay ni Kuya Su. Kabilang panig. Pupuntahan. Palomata, denied. Great block timing for BanKo Perlas.
33.
If you're Kathy, you should be happy with the fact that your teammates are playing for you, scoring 2 points after that ankle injury.
Now BanKo is up by 1 point. Right now, Kathy was ushered inside the dugout. And we'll probably get some updates about that later on from Tours. But now, let's focus on the first set as Sue serves. Kinuha ni Crisostomo, inangat. Papunta kay Judy. Kukunin ni Chamzon. Pupuntahan si Hervasio. Denied by the block. Great coverage from Gupico. They go to Roma Doromal. Doromal finding the corner pocket. Giving BanKo their first set point advantage.
It's not the set that she likes. Nakita mo, she was under the ball, but she makes do with what she gets.
Ginawa ng paraan eh.
Oo.
At saktong-sakto yung food. At syempre, crowd supporter. Schoolmate.
Tinuro ko yan sa'yo. Sabi ni
Syempre, si Saura pa ba?
Oh, what a dig.
Chami now goes to Hervasio. Hervasio, too much muscle on that last hit. Freebie para sa Philippine Air Force.
Yeah, wasted opportunity because what a dig by Jem Ferrer.
As Apichat Kong Sawat calls his second and last timeout. Let's listen in.
Receive, na, receive, tangent. Ay, receive okay na? Receive okay na?
One lang. Stop lang.
Ay, 1 point na, 1 time. Okay na?
Paano cover agad na? Walang titigil na hindi namamatay pa. Let's go. Alexandra, cover lang. Nako! Last, let's go!
1 point na lamang ang kailangan nila. Kaya todo ang pag-push nitong si Apichat. sa BanKo Perlas. Pinasok na at binalik na si Ella De Jesus para sa BanKo.
Air Force Jacasa.
As we see Herbacio and her batchmate Jemfer Noval, who's been a spark plug in their previous games, comes in to serve.
I like that substitution by Coach Apichat. It's like you have two liberos with Ella De Jesus at the back, and Nicole has actually been receiving very well.
So, trying to secure a good receive. Hinabol ni Jem. They go to Z. Z hits it straight to the net.
That ties the set at 24.
And we're extending set number 1.
She went for it.
Yep.
We saw it. Talagang she went for
Full
that
approach,
point.
full swing.
Yeah. Sayang.
Pero ito naman, hindi nakagulat-gulat ng 24 all din. Especially how the teams have been playing since the start. Z off the block. Wendy Ann goes to Palomata. Off the block as well. They go to Ella on the opposite side.
De Jesus,
Denied there.
read by Palomata.
Well read by
Air Force
Palomata.
Jacasa, now at set point.
Well, again, if you see, you have to read your blockers. If you can see a Palomata there, right? You have to go to
Hindi pwedeng cross court.
Yeah, exactly.
Noval continues to serve. Ella. That will be an ace
The Air Force
for the
Jacasa
Philippine
takes
Air
the first
Force.
set at 26.
BanKo unable to complete the run. As we see this last point, that service ace from Abby Noval.
What a substitution by Coach Jasper.
So far, first set goes to the side of the Air Force Lady Jet Spikers. 26-24, magbabalik po dito sa PVL.
Hello to our Kapamilya sports fans worldwide. This is Bea De Leon. Thank you for watching the set 1 of today's PBL game. Para mapanood daw live ang mga susunod na exciting PBL sets, just click the I button, then go to iWant.ph or sports.abs-cbn.com.